Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the draw for the Under-23 European Judo Championships Paris 2020. To give the welcoming words on behalf of the European Judo Union, please welcome EJU President Sergei Soloveychik.
Okay, dear friends, dear colleagues, I'd like to say welcome to all of you to Croatia, to Porridge, the place where we have big experience of our events. It's famous city, famous place for our judo family camp, but also for the many competitions which were organized by the Croatian Judo Federation together with European Judo Union. I'd like to say that I'm proud of our family, Judo family, European Judo Union family, because with all the courage we continue to hold our competition calendar in a new reality, new conditions of coronavirus. And I'd like to thank Croatian Judo Federation and authorities of Croatia for the huge work which was done to protect our athletes and to organize in the new reality our competitions in a perfect way. It is not really easy, and some things are not perfect, you know, but I think that it's really perfect understanding how difficult and how difficult to start to organize our competition, how too difficult to do everything to have a safety competition. I'd like also to thank the team of Croatian Judo Federation and European Judo Union. You know, some of our colleagues now sick, and they were sick on the way to Croatia. They become sick, and I think that like warriors in the war, they receive this problem when they're on duty. So we respect them and thank them very much. I'd like also to say that we just finished the junior competition, and it was a great competition, and congratulations to all national federations and coaches and athletes who took the medals. And I wish to you, to your teams, to your athletes, good and safe competition here, to have good results and to have a good preparation to the Olympic Games and to the next competition. So again, I congratulate all of members of our family who organize this competition, Croatians, European Union team, and I like to wish to all of us to have a good event and to have a great experience how to act in a new reality. And I like to say that let's be very united, let's be very disciplined, because it is very important. With each step of organization, we receive this experience, and we have to use it for future to continue to have our competitions and at the same time to have a very safe competition. And thank you very much for your courage. Thank you very much.
To give the opening address, we are delighted to introduce the President of the Croatian Judo Federation, Sanda Čurac.
Dear judo friends, AGU team, dear Mr. President of European Judo Union, Mr. Soloveychik, dear Ms. Rodriguez, Sport Director of AGU. On behalf of the Croatian Judo Federation, it is really my pleasure to wish you all welcome to Croatia, to Porridge, and to this European U23 Championship. You can imagine that we had quite a lot of difficulties regarding the organization of this competition, because we have to obey the health restrictions and rules posed by International Judo Federation, European Judo Union, and of course our national health authorities and local health authorities. So this is not an easy task. When we have usual organization of the competition, we all know what our tasks are: competitors to compete, referees, organizational staff, and so on. But now we all have one primary task: to keep us safe and healthy during the competition. So the success of the competition will not depend only on our NAGU team, but of all of us. So I would just like to wish you success, the best of luck with the draw during competition, and of course, safe and pleasant stay in Porridge. Thank you.
With information regarding COVID-19 regulations, please welcome EGU Medical Commissioner Dr. Ivan Bohacek.
So dear ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, all members of Judo federations, so I would like to say something about the COVID-19 protocol that is actual in this competition. First of all participants must study and follow the International Judo Federation competition protocol. This protocol can be easily found on the following link. It's covid.igf.org. On this webpage, once you enter it straight to PDF, and it's very clearly written what are the rules that you must obey. Here it's important to mention that any breach of the safety protocol will result in disciplinary action. First of all, I would like to say something about the facial masks. I think that we are exposed to many information about the facial masks. We all know everything about facial masks, but many of us don't actually wear them in a proper way. So the facial masks have to be worn so they cover your nose and your mouth. They have to fit snugly to your face, and they have to be surgical masks, either made out of cotton or made out of a special material. Thanks. If part of the nose is uncovered, part of the mouth is uncovered, this is not proper wearing of the facial masks, and actually you're not protecting yourself and not protecting the people who are around you. So please, this is #1 rule for this competition: wear a mask. The only exceptions when you're not obliged to wear a mask is during the fight and also during the active phase of the warm-up. Second rule, really important rule: please keep the distance. All participants must keep at least 1.5 meter of distance at all times. Exception is the competitors during their contest and during warming up with one partner. Please sanitize your hands frequently. Accreditation cards are actually entrance tickets to the venue and to the hotel. We have a very strict security system. I think you have seen people who are standing in front of the hotel and venue. They have strict orders, and nobody could enter the facility without accreditation card. Accreditation card must be carried visibly and at all times outside of hotel room. No exemption will be made, so nobody will be able to enter the facility without proper accreditation card. This whole venue is acting like a protective bubble. So inside the protective bubble, you have to move with your accreditation card, and you can move around the Laguna Resort. Here on this picture you can see it's Hotel Parentium in the upper left part, then Hotel Molindrio on the upper right side, and on the bottom you can see Intersport Arena Hall. With red lines you can see the roads which are closed for your circulation. So if anybody wants to make a training, he can run in this area, which is now in the middle of these 3 points. But anybody who will go over the border is actually exiting the bubble, and some sanctions may be applied, such as disqualifications. So far, our bubble is intact. So how did it look like on European Junior Championship? First, everybody who arrived had to have negative RT-PCR for SARS-CoV-2 virus, and this one had to be done in last 72 hours. Then when people arrived, they went straight to the testing tent. In the testing tent, we performed the RT-PCR on all of the participants. After testing, they went straight to their rooms in the hotel, and in that manner we were waiting for the results. This was our first line of defense. In this first line of defense, we found 6 positive cases coming from 6 different delegations. It was delegation of Russia, Italy, Poland, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Slovenia, and European Judo Union. We quarantined all the 6 positive cases and also their close contacts. We quarantined actually 6 of them and 23 close contacts. It's important for you to understand that we are following the rule from the epidemiologist, and the epidemiologist takes the history of movements and transport vehicles and everything, and they prescribe what are the measures. After that, we started with our competition. The second RT-PCR was done for competitors and participants, so for all people who stayed from European Championship for juniors to the European Championship for under 23. At this moment, we tested over 380 participants, and we found only 2 positive cases, and both of them were coaches from Italy. Very experienced people, very disciplined people, and the rest of the team at that time from junior championship went already back to Italy. So now we have isolated these 2 cases, and actually none of the Italians remained at the moment on the venue. The third coach was the one that was checked. It wasn't a close contact, but we measured him with the RT-PCR in regular, like every day or 2, and he arrived back with the athletes for under 23. They're all tested, they're all negative. On the under 23 first RT-PCR for people who newly arrived, we performed testing and we detected 0 positive cases. So far, we now have 0 cases, and the epidemiological service actually considers this that we don't have a secondary spread of the virus, and this is really good news for us, so we can continue with the competition. We had several protocol violations on European Championship for juniors. One athlete, she ran out of the competition arena and she met her father. So we took her accreditation card, she went straight to the hotel and then went back to her country of origin. 5 participants were found outside the bubble. Accreditations were withdrawn, people were isolated in their rooms, and they went back to their country of origin. They remained in the rooms isolated, so we consider them to be exposed, so they have to go back until departure. Here it's important to mention something that you will feel tomorrow already. So not wearing a mask or wearing it in a wrong way in sports venue or hotels may result in disqualification. On the competition, we actually applied very strict epidemiological measures. Tatami will be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected before and after assembly. Warm-up area will be cleaned and disinfected in appropriate intervals, and the competition will be stopped, so tatamis will be cleaned and disinfected every 90 minutes. Hands and feet have to be disinfected before entrance to tatami. Here it's important to mention to all of you that at the end of contest there is no handshake, no fist bump, no hugging. So contact stops when the fight stops. Here I would like to ask you for a favor, and here actually we need you as partners. So you will be our eyes and ears, and please observe your athletes and your coaches and every participant that belongs to your delegation. And anyone who shows the symptoms of COVID-19 disease should actually stay in their room. They should inform their COVID-19 delegation manager, and he should then inform me, and we will go through case-by-case basis together, contact the epidemiological service, and do the required steps. So these are the most common symptoms, such as fever over 37.2 Celsius or above, dry cough, and tiredness. As well, you can see here less common symptoms and some serious, luckily rare symptoms. And once again, we need your help and cooperation. Health is the #1 priority on this competition in this pandemic. Quarantine. People who go to quarantine are the people who are PCR positive for SARS-CoV-2 virus. They will go into the facility, which is not in this building. It's 1.5 kilometers from this hotel. There, people have to be isolated, one in each room, and the PCR negative persons, but close contact of a positive person will be isolated as well. The quarantine period in Croatia lasts for 10 days. Quarantine leave may be upon symptom-free or upon expiration of 10 days period. It's important to mention that local health authorities can also change these rules, but these are the basic rules. If you have to go to quarantine, please remain calm. So we will observe you. We will be in contact with you. You will get everything that you need, but we need your patience. Strict security system will be applied on the quarantine facility. And when people go to quarantine, we'll take their accreditation card because these are the entrance tickets. Then you cannot enter the hotel or venue. You give it to somebody else. All the expenses will be covered by delegation, and it's really important to have appropriate health insurance coverage. Once you finish with the competition and plan to go back home, and I think we should all start to think about it even tonight, RT-PCR is requested for some countries as one of the conditions to cross borders. So you will actually receive an email. The COVID managers of all delegations will receive an email with detailed instructions, and you can schedule for a PCR retesting in our tent facility next to the competition hall. And please calculate that the results will be there within 6 to 8 hours. I wish to thank you in advance. I hope that we'll have a good collaboration, and please help us to preserve the bubble intact and help us to finish this competition in good health. Thank you.
To conduct the official and the technical part of the draw, please welcome EGU Sports Director Katerina Rodriguez.
Dear President of EGU, President of Croatian Judo Federation, dear judo friends, also in my behalf, I'm happy to be here. 5 days ago we were here for the draw of the junior competition, and after these 5 days we are happy with the outcome of the junior European Championships, and finally we could have a judo European champion 2020, which actually was something that we were looking for. And so let's keep the protocol and keep the bubble safe, that we can all go home healthy. We will now start with the technical part of the draw. First we look at the statistics. These are the final numbers for the Under-23 European Judo Championship. We have 36 nations, 328 athletes, and the entries per categories are the ones in the screen. We will start with the first category, under 48. I will like also to remind you that for the seeding for this competition we use a combination of 2 ranking lists. IGF Senior World Ranking List, position 1 to 80, and EGU Senior Ranking List, position 1 to 40. So in case we have athletes in these positions, we can have up to 8 seeded athletes. If we don't have enough athletes in this position, we will have less seeded athletes. So under 48 kilograms, we have 70 athletes and 5 seeded athletes. Please confirm the list. We can draw. under 52, 19 athletes and 6 athletes has seeding. Please draw. Next category under 57, 18 athletes and 5 athletes are seated. No comments. Please draw. Next category is under 63. This is the category with the highest participation for female category. We have 31 athletes and the 8 seated positions are full. No comments, please draw. Under 70, 20 athletes in this category, 7 positions for the seating. Please draw. Next category, please. Under 78, 18 athletes and 8 seated athletes. Please draw. And we have one more category, female category, over 78, 12 entries and 6 seated athletes. Please draw. We now start with the men category. First under 60, 28 athletes, 6 seated athletes. Draw, please. Next category under 66, we have 34 athletes and 8 of them are seated. We have no comments. Draw, please. Next category, under 73 kilograms. This is one of the categories with the highest participation, 36 athletes, 7 seated. Draw, please. Next category, 81, again 36 athletes, 8 seated athletes. Draw, please. We move one category up, under 90 kilograms, 32 athletes, 6 seated positions. Draw, please. Next category, 100 kilograms, 14 athletes, 4 in sitting position. Please draw. We have one more category, over 100 kilograms, 13 athletes, 4 of them seated. We have no comments. We can draw at last category. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank both EGU computer team members, Corinne Illich and Maria Rapina, for preparing technical part of the draw. Thank you. I have now some information regarding the running order of the competition. Random weigh-in We will have rendezvous in both days, starting 1 hour before the start of the competition and ending 15 minutes before the start of competition. These are the program for the 2 days. Tomorrow we start at 9 a.m. and on Tuesday we start at 10 a.m. Final block will be at 4:45. It's 15 minutes later than the initial program because we have this request from TV. We will have live TV during the final block, and so was needed to have this slightly delay. Some venue information. We have some limit number of people that are allowed inside the venue. For this reason, only the athletes that are competing on that day can go into the venue. You will see we'll have different colors per day for the athletes, and we kindly ask you, when the one athlete is out of competition and is not needed for warming up with another colleague, you should leave the venue and follow the competition on the live streaming. The same with the final block. Only those athletes and coaches that are involved and training partner that is necessary should go to the venue for the final block. We have what we call the daily upgrade card, which is for warming up partners, but this is only given to the teams. You receive this during the accreditation in case you have one female or one male athlete alone in that day. It's never too much to repeat the general information, so please also in the venue wear the mask. Don't change the rooms in the hotel, so we know who are the close contacts. Keep social distance and don't use the corridors for training. We have a training facility that you can use for this purpose. It's important that all athletes actually are informed, and as it was already mentioned, if someone is catched not following the rules, can be disqualified, and of course we cannot be flexible in this. Security of everyone involved is our major priority. Match schedule for day 1. We go round by round in each weight category. And for day 2, please be aware that on mat 1 and 2, first category under 81 kilograms, we will do 2 rounds in this category before we go round by round on the other categories. Final block fights, it's only bronze and final. Warming up rules. I think we are all aware of the warming up rules. We set up what we call the EGU layout. So we have this frame of mats around the main area where the athletes can use for rest. The central area is only for training. We ask all the bags also to be upstairs, and please try also to keep the tatamis and the warming up clean and tidy. You have enough trash bins where you can put the garbage. Next slide. As coaches, you are in charge of making the delegation follow this rule. And beside the normal warming up rules, we also have specific rules for this event. Please, coaches, you need to wear a mask all the time, even when you are near your athletes who are in active training. Only the athletes can take the mask out when they are inactive, which means if they are stretching or they are resting in the warm-up area, they need to wear a mask. We will allow on both days the main tatami of the competition to be used as warming up in the morning. We will have to finish and clean this main tatami 20 minutes before the start because it needs to be clean. But we even advise that we use both tatamis so that we can keep more distance between the athletes when they are warming up. So this was the information I had to give you. I wish you all a good competition as usual. me and all the EGU team, we are available to help and to assist you if you have any needs. Good luck for the next 2 days. Thank you.
Regarding information on refereeing matters, please welcome EGU Refereeing Director Mr. Alexander Yaskovic.
Dear judo friends, we are here right after the European Championships juniors, and I see now that many of coaches stay here for the European Championship under 23, and also I saw many athletes, and it's very good that I have good opportunity to congratulate you with your job. You do a really good job, because we had fantastic European Championship with many scores, points, Bazaris, especially final blocks were very good. And majority, I tell you, do very good. But sometimes still we have some negative cases, like tactical games. Of course, we are not tactical games on the mat, but actually aimed for the score. Always. If you push on the edge, you go for technique. But you not push and continue to push him out to get Judo. We don't like tactical games aimed for Judo. In this case, please, of course, again, very few, because majority did a great job. So please stay positive and try to work for the scores. And another case, of course, about refereeing. I tell you that generally refereeing was good. Of course, on every competition we have difficult situations. That's right. In this case, we have referees, judges, also commissioners, to check 2 times, 3 times, or to leave this decision of referees, or to correct this decision. And really we have very good 3D playing machine where we can see everything from both angles. And I tell you, during these competitions, last competitions, we see that some coaches don't understand. Okay, we invite and we show, and at the end they were happy. Only 2 coaches were not happy with the decision. It's one from Italy and one from Moldova. But anyway, I'm persuaded, also my colleagues, that we did right decision, and we had right winners on this European Championship. So I wish that we still have this European Championship on high level, with good judo, with many Vazars points. And please respect to each other, because when you overreact on some action, you can abuse not only referees, but you can abuse your colleagues, your coaches from another countries. So let's be all friends, let's be one family. Good luck to everyone.
With information on marketing matters, please welcome EGU Marketing Director, Mr. Alexander Nagibin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me present a few marketing points. According to advertising spaces, no more changes. Please don't forget about left chest of your judogi. Judogi is placed only for national emblem and flag. We will use sponsor stickers for this competition, also like for juniors. For blue judogi, we will use hip, and for white judogi, ippon gear. Organizer is not obliged to provide reserve judogi and judogi control, and also I will ask you about keep a distance 1.5 meters, not only for judogi control, also for podium during of awarding ceremony. Also wearing mask, and a lot of numbers of coaches who stay here now. Also was in the juniors. I want to say big thanks for collaboration, and also we wish good luck for this competition also. Thank you very much.
For up-to-date EGU information while you are here, please join our Telegram channel by downloading the Telegram app and scanning the QR code which you'll find on your accreditation. Also, please be advised that we request all medalists to be available for interviews following their medal ceremonies. And can I also remind you, you can follow us via our social media channels. Our hashtags for this event are Judo Perech 2020 and European Judo. Now that concludes the draw. I would like to thank you for your time and wish you and your athletes good luck.